And now, live from the Steel Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, here are your hosts, the Cannonball, the Cannon, the Steel Twins. What's up, everybody? It's Saturday afternoon, and you know what that means.
It's another episode of Voice Acting and the Gavel Glock. I choose you, Zion the Potato. He has entered the chat and he is ready.
Yep, thank you so much for joining. Yep, you guessed it, it's voice acting. We're so happy you guys decided to join us on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. We are getting ready to go on our annual foodie road trip. That's right. So we're going around the Lake Michigan Loop. We're taking Traverse City to Chicago. We're going from Chicago to Milwaukee, and then Green Bay to Green Bay. Yeah, we're passing through. We're just going up the whole the East Coast and then the West Coast. Yep, and it's time, Blade King. You're absolutely right. So yeah, and then we're going to go through the UP to get home. So I had to click off a notification. Excuse the delay. But so here's what's going on this time. So yep, the Trinity is here. The three amigos are here. That's absolutely right, Zion. Well, so Phoenix, Wright, and Emma Sky have continued their investigation into the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman and the not-so-coincidence of a murder taking place at the police station at the exact same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office. And at the heart of... Yeah. And at the heart of the police station incident is a lowly patrolman, Officer Mike Meekins.
The guy with the microphone! I mean the megaphone, I can't tell which is which.
Phoenix and Emma learned that there is another case at the heart of all this, the SL9 incident. We don't quite know what's going on, but we do know that it dealt with a serial killer who was caught, apprehended, tried, and executed. But Detectives Angel Starr and Jake Marshall believe that the case is still not fully closed and that they're conducting their own investigation into the matter. But thanks to some luminol testing fluid and fingerprint analysis in the evidence room, it turns out Jake Marshall knows more than he's letting on, and that's the card that Phoenix is going to have to play here. What crazy turns and twists will we find during this trial? Really only one way to find out, kids. Tune in.
And I am celebrating my 3-year mod anniversary. If you look at the top of the chat,
yes,
this is my...
Yeah, we definitely appreciate. Yep, I hired Package as my moderator 3 years ago today. So, yeah, we've definitely come a long way. You know, a whole lot of stuff's going on, and we only have bigger and bigger plans. What are they? Stay tuned. So
just wait till we get home for our birthday.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I've got a real good idea for that one. And listen, I'm just gonna say this: it would behoove you to follow this channel, this Twitch channel, and the brother channel for that matter, on that Sunday, because we're gonna do something real special. And just follow us on Twitter for more information. But you know, that's the date. Sunday, June 7th, our 42nd birthday. We're going to have a very special episode of voice acting, and we're going to also have a very special stream. So we hope you guys will attend. So I think we got about enough of that. I know we've got your stuff on the brother channel, but you know the drill. Nintendo Tuesdays, you know, Nostalgic Mondays.
Nostalgic Mondays with Yoshi's Island. Nintendo Tuesdays with Super Mario Odyssey. FPS Wednesdays with Borderlands 2, my brother and I team up. Indie Thursdays with Escape from Ever After. And, of course, Open World Friday with Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Yes, sir. So, you know, it's a full smorgasbord. So, and of course, you know, yes, Zion, you're going to have to put up with that weak son of a bitch, because he's going to be the first witness in the trial today. Oh boy, but you know, it'll be funny. So, okay, so I think it's time for our second favorite part of the show. We need a pick-me-up because we're yawning like crazy. It's a beautiful sunny day, and he's already ahead of us. So, you guys know the drill by now. If you have a cap to your bottle or a pin on your can, you go ahead and pull that pin back or twist that cap off.
With a twisty twist.
Hey,
Coming in clutch, Zion.
Hey, package. What time is it?
It's time to get bombed.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody. I am cornholio.
Well, don't put the shirt over the head yet. It's unbecoming.
Nope.
Anyway, live scene. Whoo, hot damn. I'm so hot damn. Gotta call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot damn. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. So anyway, okay, so God damn it. Yeah, you like that, Zion? Yeah, you're not the only one who knows how to sing. So anyway, so here we go. It's day 3, the trial former, and it is episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Let's get it. Let me take a look. Let me do this real quick. How the heck did this happen? Give me a minute.
What?
So here's the deal. Voice acting, live overlay.
Excuse me.
Yeah, for some reason the capture. Oh, here it is. Okay. That is weird. Like the capture card like resized itself.
Huh.
Very strange. But that's so much better. Oh
Yeah.
man. That is weird. So okay, here we go. Let's load the selected data and package. What are we doing at this point?
Lock 'em and load 'em, ladies. It's go time. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecutor. Are you serious? I pressed the button, for Christ's sake. Let me try it again.
So what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all,
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time, and a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how did it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Ms. Guy?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
Okay.
All right, here we go. February 24th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. All rise.
Time to lock and load.
Cheeseburger. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow. This is one messed up trial.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Very well, let the trial resume.
And my duty is to threaten those I do not like. Yep, that's right.
On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Oh boy, things are gonna get wild from the get-go. Not just going to, getting.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir. I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir. My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir.
So you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. I'll never kill anyone again, sir.
You got to believe me, sir.
Oh, that damn megaphone.
Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir.
A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend.
Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Help me, sir. I missed a line, by the way. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir.
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir. As you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir.
And you can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Well, time for a witness testimony. Crime report, sir.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do unto others before they do unto you.
That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
I see. Then you fainted, and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Blade King goes, here we go, sir. Oh, there's more of him. Okay. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with. Okay, time to grill this dude like a hamburger. Extra crispy, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Hold it. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought.
Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir.
The Blue Badger?
Oh, God, not that cardboard cutout again. Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir.
Objection, you bitch! Oh, yeah? On what grounds? I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
The grounds that he's a meek dork. Anyway. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. Hold it. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? Mm-hmm. Nah.
There it is. I found it.
This is the one right here.
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir. Let's get a look. So, Yep. So, okay. Wait a cotton picking minute. So he was in. Miles Edgeworth went in at 4:40 p.m. Our boy Meekins here went in at 4:50 p.m. Bruce Goodman and Bruce Goodman and Meekins were in there at the same time. So that's the gimmick. Oh boy, I'm snoozing ads. But hey, if you guys don't want ads, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Oh, and I have my pet fly Steve running around here too, flying around here. Anyway. Huh. Interesting. So anyway, I see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Data added to ID card record.
IDs of all who entered the evidence room on February 21st.
I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked.
Hold it. So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife.
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
And I fought for my life. Then I did it.
Hold it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. I see. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir.
And after that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. Hold it. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too.
I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice. It's nice that you recovered, that is.
Once again, I'll say it again. Damn it, Meekins. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
Well, he's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. That should be my other catchphrase. Damn it, whoever I'm mad at. Yes. Dang it, Bobby.
The chief?
Yeah, what the heck is the chief of police delivering the security tape? Delivered it?
What is that? A videotape?
Yeah, yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir.
It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Objection! What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into? Well, hang on.
So here's the footage. God damn it, Meekins, you punk!
So 1714. So he's standing in front of Detective Gumshoe's locker. Oh, there's okay. So there's the white coat.
So Goodman's opening his locker. That note fell off. There's Meekins. Oh, I think he sliced his hand up. What? Oh. Oh, man. Now what happened? But no, he was just knocked out. Wow.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody died in that room. Hey, wait a minute. Look at that.
The cloth.
There's that cloth wasn't sticking out there before. Yeah.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Edgeworth getting straight to the point.
Wow.
Okay. Sir, that's the pride of joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
Zion S., you remind you of anyone?
Yeah. Reminds us of you, Zion.
Oh.
Security video added to the court record.
Video from the security camera placed in the evidence room. Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter, someone in the evidence room, and some sort of, activity did take place. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. Yeah.
Witness testimony time, mystery man.
His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I've got questions. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. Which, yes, that's true. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir.
So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it.
I think story mode could tell us the truth. What's this about a fingerprint? Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I think I know what's going on. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
All right, cross-examination time. Mystery man, what does story mode tell us?
Oh no, really? It was Goodman? Really, you old pisshead?
We're about to find out.
So we're gonna go story mode. His face can't be clearly seen. There's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. That's fine. Oh, hold on. The tape. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange?
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
What? This video contains such a contradiction? Objection! Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
He would want me to point it out.
Very well. Proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times, and I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman?
Okay, so we're going to take that.
That one.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? Oh, it's time to uncover the bull piss.
Yeah, buddy.
I did it for you. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. Oh, you notice how the locker was already on? Oh boy.
Ooh.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Oh boy. See it? The light's on.
Yes, exactly.
Right around 2:14 and 30 seconds. And then Goodman walked in and then opened the locker.
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little earlier.
Yeah, look at how much time it's being consuming here.
Yeah, this is the okay, ding ding. Here. Notice the light?
What's this? It's already lit. It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. No.
Order. What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course I'm not an expert in this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Huh? Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor.
Hang on, remember that piece, remember that, that note that fell down?
Yes.
Something was holding the locker open.
Yes.
And maybe because it was open before. Yeah. Okay, so hang on. Yeah, this is the painstaking detail of Ace Attorney. You have to point out the contradiction in each little tiny step. That's why we're doing story mode with this. Something jammed the sensor? Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well. Let's inspect the video once more.
And then, yeah, it was open before, but by whom?
The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please point out the contradiction.
Please point out the cause for this. Okay. Ding. Take
Ding,
that.
ding, 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 ding.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh, boy. Thank God there's not playing that stupid music anyway.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But, sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often fall out and roll great distances over the floor when I open my car door, sir. Objection. We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
That's what she said. Yeah. Holy in the windy boxes. Of course, it happens to, it just has to malfunction right there. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene,
there just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? Or the white glove?
All together, everybody. Take that. found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident.
Huh.
The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir, that would appear so, sir.
Order. 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 So, are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Objection! Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke?
Very well. Begin your testimony. There's only one other Meekins in here.
you big dummy. Oh, there's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
Yep.
The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
I'm going to have to gavel Glock bullets for lunch if I see this cheap punk be a wimp again. Well, hang on. Can I look at something? Listen to this. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Between 4 and 5:30 p.m. Loss of blood from a chest wound. Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. A single stab wound was found. But, okay, so if he died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m., what the heck? I mean, 5:14, that's 45, that's an hour and 15 minutes later. I don't know. We'll think about that.
Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now, let us move on to the cross-examination. 514 is in that time range. I'm confused.
All right, well, let's keep an open mind here.
What story Mo telling us?
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. Objection. The very ID card itself? Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. Oh, right, because it was left there. So if he used it at 5:14, what the heck was it doing in the prosecutor's office?
Right. That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report? It's only half completed.
Uh-oh. Hey, look at this. Yeah. ID 59 something. Item lost. Well, what was it? So the detective lost his ID card? Oh, man.
He says, wait, I think I'm understanding a bit.
Yep, it's like peeling back an onion. And you know what Shrek always tells us? Onions have layers. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Cheeseburger.
Order. So now, what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card.
Cheeseburger. Order. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Snoozing ads one more time. Bravo!
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument.
But what does Marshall have to do anything to do with... Wait, I have a theory. Let's hear it. I mean, while we're going on.
At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked.
Maybe Marshall impersonated Goodman for God knows what. Nope, never the hell mind. Well, like I said, keep an open mind. Locker in the evidence, I'm gonna need a few more moments. Yep.
Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes.
What's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Ah, see, so there never was a murder in this room. Or so that's what we want to believe, but we have evidence to support. This is going to be weird.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
That is, well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't gonna end well.
Well, it seems you finally realized. exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime can only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Ms. Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! Run, cheeseburger.
But who was Goodman? I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Object.
Objection! One moment, Your Honor. Maybe Marshall was the mastermind of some sort of plan before the murder? I doubt it. He's not that smart. He doesn't even know how machines work.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing, and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder.
Okay, well, what did it show? It showed a fight.
Yep, showed a fight. And an unconscious policeman.
Welcome back to voice acting, y'all.
Yep. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Oh, we're in the ad break, sorry.
It's all right.
Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, What is his or her name?
Giddy up, partner. It's time to go out west. It's high noon. Take that. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess.
Okay, that's just the appetizer.
February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? Tell us,
you secretive prick. Yeah, tell us, Gumshoe.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty, and to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
It's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
What?
What?
Huh? What? Huh? Oh. You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? Oh. I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident.
But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky.
Files for the Joe Dark killing solved 2 years ago.
Joe Dark? Oh, shit. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma? But why? Why is your name in here? What?
sign incident. Is that? That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
Oh, no.
My God.
Hold the hell on.
The Joe Dark? No, no, Lana. That's over with. No.
Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
Excuse the hell out of me.
Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
Well, before we do, can we read this? Incident number
SL9, closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark, crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall.
Oh, Marshall.
Trial data, head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana and Emma Skye.
Oh, man.
Investigation Task Force, executive investigators Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Starr.
DL6 was closed, yet it came to light. Well, I guess so does this. Holy smokes. I'd better take a good look at this file.
We already did.
To be continued. Holy
so how long has it been?
Only an hour.
Well, let's get to it then.
Yep. Save your progress.
Because you never know.
You never know.
February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization.
Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Just tell us your damn name. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
Neil Marshall and Jake Marshall. Definitely brothers, I'm calling it. A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English.
Yep, none of this cowboy Texas speak, partner. Day of the crime.
When does day of the crime?
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Let's go get this bastard. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? The Steel Twins logo is right on top of the testimony thing, so just the Y is showing, so sometimes it says the Steely Twins. Okay. Fingerprint-activating locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders.
Everyone's got their weaknesses now. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. All right, story mode. What is causing day of the crime?
My job was to keep a wary eye on that old bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. Nope, it sounds like we're either going to do the tape or the bloody fingerprint. Here we go. Objection! Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this? After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Objection!
Objection! Yep.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Run. Teamwork. Witness, what's the meaning of this?
Ooh, he did it. The locker room incident, he did it.
Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh?
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall?
About the blood
about the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
Oh, yeah, he's the one. Oh, he did it. Well, let's keep an open mind. Keep an open mind.
Bloodstained fingerprints. Witness testimony time.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. Murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. Oh, I see what you mean now. Steely Twins Part 2.
The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt.
You're wearing fingerless gloves. What's your point? Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
Yeah, go get him. Guns
All right.
up.
Guns up, partner. Let's go with story mode. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. Hold it. That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record.
Found on a bloody handprint on Marshall's own locker. The print had been wiped.
One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Hold it! How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
There was a bloodstain at the scene, though to be left by the thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. Huh? There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Oh, you piece of shit. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? Well, let's look at the video. Objection.
Oops.
The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Oof. I must be on the wrong track.
What does story mode tell us? Probably push him.
Yeah, it's pressing him. Hold it. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Objection! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection! We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Show evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
Nope, that's not it. Not quite yet.
Shut up, you twat. So, there it is, that cloth.
Take that. Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll not soon forget, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Can I say twat? Go ahead. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
That locker with the white cloth. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe.
Call us a bull, because I'm going to shit all over your testimony.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
Back it up. That locker's still open.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah, he never shut it.
And then, oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly reappeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Run, cheeseburger. Order. It would seem that you...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. Not yet. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker? Now prove it. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I think that's it. Yes, I was right. Take that. A fingerprint sensor. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. Well, what kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Here he comes. I only got 1 word for you, partner. No!
You got shot. Order. Witness, explain yourself.
This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Ole, please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans.
Yeah.
There is no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness? It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? He
Probably
must
at
have
his
been-
locker.
No, he was at the victim's side. Yep.
Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in this video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Objection! But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Objection. Wait, my theory was right? Yeah, dude, you nailed it. You just didn't know. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted.
Oh, piss, yes.
When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his ID card, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond?
He suddenly pulled a knife on me.
Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He couldn't show it.
Huh.
As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
You pissing dollar store walker, Texas Ranger, Mary Sue, John Wayne, pisshead. Piss you and your pissing mom, you pissing pisshead.
Wow.
Hey, Zion. Keep an open mind.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. My theory was right. God damn it, yes. So yeah, but here's the thing. Does that make him the murderer?
I don't think so. Who knows?
Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Well, who Who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Oh, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
Fight's not over yet, Zion. It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Huh?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside of the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise, but rather I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Yeah, well, the stuff is coat. That's why.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Very well, let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Because there was blood on the coat, right?
Yeah, the blood on his coat. Yep.
That white cloth, that's a pissing coat. Yeah, he had to dispose of the white jacket that was soaked in blood. I remember that part.
Take that. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end. Yet. However, something unexpected happened.
What a bad waste for a good-looking coat.
Yep, Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood.
A bloody white coat.
You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner.
Gee, what does he mean by that? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. All right. It seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
Great story mode time.
Here's the thing. Did the murder really occur at 4:15?
5:15, but yeah.
I got it at 5:15. I got an idea. So I'm going to try this. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room. I'm going to try this. Oops. Objection. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction in that statement, Your Honor.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think the facts over before making accusations.
Well, I don't think that won me any points with the judge. Okay. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files.
So what story mode telling us?
Hold it. I guess we're grilling him. When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident.
2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? Yeah, we know. That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. Hold it! Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints.
Oh, so he's a smart dummy.
Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. Hold it! You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
That explains the blood on his coat, but not on the floor, and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. Hold it! So you did your research beforehand? Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is, on that day,
there was an anti-murder in the evidence room at 5:15. Hold it! But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner.
so you stole the evidence from the locker?
Actually, no, I didn't.
Why not?
When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor.
Actually, no, it's not. It's right here. This is the evidence that was in Detective Goodman's locker, the switchblade knife. Aha! Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Wait a minute.
Maybe the blood was supposedly found was left behind on SL9.
Let's find out. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Hold it! But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at the files. Yep, we got it. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? I know why. Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall?
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation? What's his relation to you?
He was my brother.
Zion was right.
2 for 2, brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
Oh, do we now?
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up.
Yeah, this guy, this mystery.
No murder took place at the police department that day.
Keep an open mind, kids.
The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
Objection! Wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
Seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner.
All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. I rest my case. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it!
It's gotta be Emma.
Hold it! Your Honor, wait!
Emma!
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor? In a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
All right, here we go.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
Huh. So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh, boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, If you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I object. Objection! This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, I'm in the dark too. How?
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Well, I don't understand. What's strange about them? Hold on. Okay, so there's blood on Gumshoe's locker. There's blood on Marshall's locker. There's a big-ass blood stain on the floor. I still don't. I'm in the dark. I have no idea. Anyway, take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Officer Marshall's fingerprint, Officer Marshall's blood stain, or rather the blood stain on Officer Marshall's locker. Anyway, yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
Oh, the Blue Badger panel, because it was stuck in front of Gumshoe's locker. Take that. What about that piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
The handprint under his right eye. Did you see it?
Yep, I sure did. Well,
what? Wait, did someone move the badger?
Yeah, Meekins moved the badger because he moved it outside after everything calmed down. That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What?
Run, Chamber. Order. So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
Emma.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
I love that word, balderdash. Holy shit. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time.
See, that handprint.
Yep. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection! That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection! So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
See, it says he died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. The ID card record. Take that! So hold on a second. Let's look at it. Look at this. Okay, so yeah.
All sevens.
Yep, there's all sevens. There's somebody that came in that we have unidentified at 4:20 p.m. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Oh, the ID card record.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at,
let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah!
Uh-oh.
Ah! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I never would have figured he had the nerve, boy.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure it out. To figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the Luminol test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. Jesus, there's only one other card number remaining. 7777777. Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 777-7777. That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I am unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What? Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 777-7777 belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. Chief Gant, maybe?
Yep, Damon Gant.
We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
Wrong. Objection! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana?
Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 777-7777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I wanted to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident?
Damon Gant could be Joe Dark. I doubt it.
I don't know.
They're both, anyway. Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Oh boy, twisting the knife.
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Huh.
Lana!
You don't know that he could have sprayed spray tan on that ass, which he could have, but...
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you did it!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. She ain't off the hook yet, folks.
No. See? That's what I'm talking about.
No. No! Order. 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 Order.
Lana's remarks caused such a stir, the chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Wow.
Whoa.
To be continued. Oh, no.
How
All
long into the stream are we now?
2 hours and 5 minutes. Oh my pissing God. This is a terrific opportunity to cut things off, especially since we're in an ad break. So we'll save progress because you never know. So, okay.
What the heck's what's going to happen, man? Oh my gosh.
Well, what's going to happen? Well, they just gonna leave us at that? That's bull piss. Hey, look, this is what we're doing. We're hooking you to try to tune in next week. So, we have a road trip coming up, but we'll be back. I think we might be back, before the weekend, so we might be able to make next week's stream. So, tune in next week to find out more about the forged evidence. Oh boy. So, until that time, I'm the Cannonball Alex Steele.
I am the Package Andrew Steele.
We are the Steel Twins.
And we are for real.
Top guys out. Ciao.
And with that, pow, we're gone.